Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, fellow blockmates. We are the Group 7, and we are assigned to report about art in early civilizations. Stone Age is a term used to describe a period of history when stones were used to make tools for survival. The term conjures an image of men and women dressed in skins huddling before a fire in a cave. True prehistoric humans would not necessarily possess the complex rational capabilities to tell their story through written records and accounts. Some artifacts in the form of cave paintings and sculptures would serve as the storytellers. This term is describing a stereotypical image of cavemen or prehistoric humans. It's a picture in your mind of people living in the Stone Age, wearing animal skins and gathering around a fire in a dark cave. So, um, one of example of Stone Age is the movie. From what I have remember from the movie, it is an animation movie titled The Croods, where people dressed in animal skins and they use cave as their shelters, and they use spears, knife, and to make fire they use stones. In order to talk about prehistoric art, there is a need to situate them within the context of the three periods of the Stone Age culture, which roughly span the 14,000 to 2000 BCE. We have the Paleolithic, the late years of the Old Stone Age, Mesolithic, Middle Stone Age, and lastly, Neolithic, New Stone Age. Prehistoric art. Archaeological explorations reveal that there has been a gradual shift from a nomadic lifestyle of early humans to that of permanent settlements, paving the way for the rise of early civilizations. The Stone Age has witnessed how humans were able to lead more stable lives and eventually come up with permanent shelters and tools for survival. A nomadic lifestyle means a way of living where people constantly move from place to place, often with no fixed home. They travel with their belongings, usually in search of food, water, or better living conditions. Think of tribes or communities that move seasonally with their animals, or modern day travelers who live in RVs or vans, always on the move. That's a nomadic lifestyle. To complement this stability and sense of permanence, early humans also turned to the creation of paintings and sculptures that depict humans, animals, and their natural habitats. It would seem that there were attempts to record the kind of lives they led within that period of time, central to the representation of early civilizations. Paleolithic art, or the so-called Old Stone Age. Paleolithic art is a product of climate change. As the climate got colder, part of the early humans' instinct is to look for shelters that would provide them with warmth. Caves became protective havens for the early humans, and these caves paved the way for the birth of their first attempts to create art. Cave is history, and cave is art, because in Stone Age, prehistoric humans used the cave as their safe havens, or called shelters, and they tried to record their experience, or how they live in that age, by sculpting or by painting in the cave. And one cave painting can be traced back to Lascaux, France, and its discovery came as a surprise. Two boys chased after their dog into a hole where their ball got stuck in. When they followed the dog, were astonished to discover a cave with beautiful paintings. The cave paintings would eventually be called the Hole of Bulls.
The image discusses the famous Hall of Bulls cave paintings found in the Lascaux cave in France. These artworks were originally doubted because of their detailed and lifelike appearance, which seemed too advanced to their time. However, scientific evidence later confirmed that they were created during the Paleolithic period, or also known as the Stone Age. The paintings are known for their naturalism, as seen in the realistic shapes of the animals, emphasized by strong outlines and dark colors. This shows that early humans had a remarkable ability to represent the world around them through art. The image is about the Venus of Willendorf, a small prehistoric sculpture of a woman. This artwork emphasizes fertility by highlighting certain body parts like the large breast, wide hips, and round abdomen. These exaggerated features suggest that the sculpture symbolized fertility, motherhood, and the ability to give birth. It may also show how early humans valued these traits for the survival of their species, as they were linked to reproduction and nurturing life.
Neolithic art. Stonehenge in southern England. Neolithic art emerged as early humans settled cultivating land and domesticating animals. By 4000 BCE, monumental structures like Stonehenge in southern England were built, though its purpose remains a mystery. Some see it as a temple, others as a calendar tracking the sun and moon, of even linked to Merlin the magician. Whatever its origin, it remains a architectural wonder. Neolithic art, a product of the New Stone Age, encompasses a wide range of artistic expression, including statuary, paintings, pottery, and architecture, with a focus on female fertility imagery, megalithic structure like Stonehenge, and the development of weaving and pottery.
The Egyptian art. Egyptian art was deeply connected to religion and the afterlife. It developed during the three main periods of ancient Egypt: the Old Kingdom, Middle Kingdom, and New Kingdom. Although styles and techniques change over time, the purpose of art remained spiritual and symbolic. During the Old Kingdom, art focused on religion and life after death. This is why they built tombs, not just a burial place but also as shelters for the afterlife. These tombs were filled with everyday objects to help the dead in their next life.
The Narmer palette and Egyptian art evolution. The Narmer palette is a key artifact that symbolizes King Narmer's power and the unification of Upper and Lower Egypt. It depicts him victorious over enemies, with a god Horus watching over him, reinforcing his divine status. The artwork highlights the Egyptian tradition of showing rulers as dominant figures. During the Old Kingdom, Egyptians built pyramids such as those in Giza as tombs for pharaohs. These massive structures showcase their advanced engineering and architectural skills.
Figure 5, the Great Pyramid of Giza. The story is about how politics affected art in ancient Egypt. When the pharaoh was weak and powerful landowners were fighting for control, art wasn't important. But when things calmed down under a strong leader, art came back, showing both old styles and new ideas. Because thieves kept rubbing thumbs, they started building them differently, cutting them into rocks to make them harder to steal from. It's all about how what happens in government affects what people create and how they live.
In the New Kingdom, Egypt became wealthier and more powerful, building grand mortuary temples as places of worship. However, major changes occurred during the Amarna Revolution under Akhenaton, who introduced monotheism by worshipping only Aton, the son of God. He ordered the destruction of other gods' monuments and promoted a new, more realistic art style, seen in the famous bust of Queen Nefertiti.
Figure 7, King Tutankhamen. During the prehistoric period, the early humans had transitioned from nomadic lifestyle to that of a more permanent one, which led to early civilization. Some of the works discovered from this period would give modern society a glimpse of what was life like during the period. One of the earliest civilizations where art flourished was Egyptian civilization. Throughout the three kingdoms of the way to a modern revolution, art has, art has been directly used particularly in religious and spiritual activities. Through these unhonored and discovered artworks, the modern world could have a better understanding of the past and how it can affect the present. The importance of Egyptian art in understanding the past. 1. Window into the past. Egyptian art provides a unique window into the past, offering insight into the culture, belief, and values of ancient Egyptian society. 2. Influence on the modern art. Egyptian art has had a lasting impact of modern art, influencing artists and art movements throughout history. 3. Cultural significance. Egyptian art continues to captivate audience worldwide, serving a testament to the enduring power of art, conveying meaning and significance across culture and time.